my professional shawl on.
It's like your calming prayer shawl.
Elizabeth!
Is that you?
I'd like to start off by saying congratulations for being accepted to the program. Hi, Elizabeth. What brings you in here today?
So I just started a master's program, and I've been out of school for a couple years, and it's just like not what I expected and kind of overwhelming, and I'm having trouble managing it.
Managing your stress?
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm stressed out like all the time.
Yep. Well, let me start off by just congratulating you for being accepted to the program. That's definitely something you should be very proud of.
Thank you.
It's a great accomplishment. But it definitely, the first semester could be very stressful. Would you mind just kind of going into a little bit more detail about like the specific areas of is it the program that's stressing you out, or maybe like your classes or something outside?
So I think like the classes for the most part are kind of okay, but it's just like the amount of work because we have like a ton of reading and a lot of papers, so it's all very like time consuming stuff. So scheduling that along with internship and group projects and work and stuff is just kind of crazy.
Gotcha. So it sounds like you sort of have a lot on your plate. So maybe we could work on like some time management stuff, or yeah.
I definitely think that would be helpful because I find myself kind of like procrastinating, and just the other day I like was late to class and then I got points off on a paper, which I would have been like had 100 on, but I was late, so I got some points off. So yeah, I definitely have problems with that.
So is there? You said you were late. Are there things kind of like outside of school that are like other things that you're responsible for taking care of, or maybe pulling you in different directions?
Yeah, I do other stuff. I work. I volunteer at a couple places, so I think it's just kind of hard to manage that stuff outside of work or outside of school as well.
Yeah. So you have a job and you volunteer. How many places do you volunteer at?
I volunteer at a homeless shelter and I volunteer at the SPCA.
Wow. So you have a job and you have an internship and you have your classes and you have 2 volunteer.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Jobs. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Have you considered maybe like, paring down, maybe taking a few things, anything off your plate to maybe free up some time just to give you a little wiggle room?
Not really.
No? Well, so considering your options, would that be something that you're at all comfortable with? Are you maybe so you have some kind of breathing room? Because it seems to me like you're overwhelmed with the amount of work that you have going on, and then it also seems like you're kind of being pulled in multiple directions.
Yeah, I would say that sometimes I feel like that, and that definitely probably contributes to my stress and like feeling crazy all the time. I think that would probably help, but I kind of don't know how to do that. Like I'd kind of feel like guilty if I stopped volunteering at these places because they really need people, and I don't want to like disappoint people or let them down.
Well, I definitely think that just shows to your character that you care about what you do, and I'm sure you're a valuable asset to the places that you volunteer. I would encourage you to maybe consider like what's best for you in this situation, and maybe at the very least, if you're comfortable with it, you could just talk to somebody at one of your volunteer places and just kind of explain the situation, and maybe even see if they have any ideas of ways you can still be helpful but not, be spending maybe as much time there, or if you could just work out an arrangement with them maybe, and work during your breaks, or work just like once a month, or just take it down a little bit in terms of time. Would that be anything that you're comfortable doing?
Yeah, I think that would make sense. Like instead of going there like every week, I could maybe only go there like once a month, or maybe only like help out with like events and like special occasion stuff that they do.
Because I know when I was in grad school, I was trying in the very beginning to manage a lot of stuff too, and it can be very intimidating in your first semester, kind of when you don't know what to expect in terms of the course loads, and all your teachers are new, and you said you hadn't been in school for a while, so getting back on the horse in terms of that. And it sounds like you're doing a great job, like trying to manage it all. It's a great first step to come here and talk with a counselor about it. Um, but I know for me, it definitely took some kind of transitioning to figure out what worked best for me. And maybe if you're finding you're not comfortable with the volunteer stuff, we can see about like managing something else. What's more comfortable for you? But if that's a place that you're comfortable with, maybe I would suggest starting there by talking to one of your supervisors.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful. And I mean, it was even like hard to get time to come here because I just had like maybe an hour here or there, but not like a lot of time that I could even commit to even coming here. So
Yeah, and I mean, it's really, I think if you're gonna do um, like positive work elsewhere, in your volunteer programs and stuff, you really need to be taking care of yourself first. First and foremost, when it comes to school and just your overall mental health, you need to be a little bit more, you need to be taking care of yourself. So if there's any way that you um, can find time to do the things you love, but also not like feel guilty or overwhelmed or anything like that, I think that would be best.
yeah, definitely. And I think I kind of have a hard time right now balancing that because school, I gotta kind of concentrate on myself, and then I'm trying to do other stuff like volunteering for like other people, and it's kind of like hard being pulled in all these directions. So.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, maybe our like a goal for this week would be just to talk to your supervisors, and at the very least just kind of see how they feel about it, and if they might be able to offer some kind of support too, just if they have ideas for stress management. But and then maybe next week we can sort of catch up and see how that went and see how you feel about it, if it's something you'd be willing to maybe pair back on.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'd definitely be willing to try that and see how that works out.
All right, great. Well, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you.